Welcome to Midlife Moves, where we're figuring out this whole midlife thing one day, one workout, and one what the hell just happened moment at a time. I'm Heather, and if you're navigating career shifts, fitness goals, parenting teenagers, or just wondering when the hell we became the grown-ups, you're in the right place. Let's talk about the real stuff, no filters, just honest conversations and a little bit of chaos. Let's get into it. Hi, I'm Heather Francis, and welcome to another episode of Midlife Moves. So I know that I've talked about body confidence in a previous episode, but I'm going to touch on it again today because it's going to lead into the guest that we talked to later in the episode very cleanly. And I think that the conversation all goes together. Unless this is your first interaction with me, you will know that not only do I like working out, I like recording my workouts and I like taking pictures of myself in the gym. And even as I say it, I feel like the biggest douche in the world. However, it's my hobby. But I record a lot of my workouts. I take the daily picture and that's just my thing, right? It's what I like to do. But the recording started because I needed to check my form. What I feel like my body's doing and what it's actually doing are generally two different things. So that's where the recording came from. And it just turned into sometimes I like to post it on social media because you know what? When your ass looks good and you're 45, you want people to see it. Quite honestly. And when you go to the gym at 4 a.m., no one else is there. So they're certainly not seeing it. Anyway, I digress. When I watch those videos back, I've had to actively train my brain to look past the things that I don't like about myself. I'm a 45-year-old mother of 4. I have a belly. And that belly is just part of me. It's been part of me for many years, and it will be part of me probably for eternity. I'm never getting rid of that belly. Even when I had my 6-pack, I still had like a little pooch. Like I still had that little bee belly. It wasn't great. It wasn't necessarily ideal, but that's part of me, right? There are other things about my body that I don't love. When I lost the weight, when I started getting fit, like through body recomp, like, yes, I leaned out, I toned out, but I also lost my breasts. I'm very, very self-conscious of that. I mean, like we're talking like I have to special order bras and I still have cellulite. I have like 18% body fat and I still have cellulite. And like, because I am a woman, I am a normal human woman. And I have these flaws. When I watched these videos back in the beginning, that was all I saw. I had to find the perfect video that didn't show anything. So a lot of the reason that you see the angle that you see is because that's the angle that I found that showed the least amount of flaws. I had to watch them back and watch them back and watch them back and specifically watch for, okay, what do you see in that video other than cellulite? What do you see in that video other than your belly? What do you see in that video other than that ridiculous face you're making? And try to see, okay, I see a strong woman. I see a woman who couldn't do that a year ago. I see a woman who is still somehow not doing that movement correctly, but is doing it better and is doing it heavier and is consistent and is taking this very seriously because it's a passion of hers. These are things that I had to train my brain to do. And that confidence didn't happen overnight. It happened as I intentionally built it. And I still flounder. There's still times that I watch those videos back and I'm still like, oof, wow, you need to not eat any more ice cream. And you need to, and like all of those little voices, all of those like, what do you think you're doing? Voices pop in, like, look at all your flaws, Heather. You are far from perfect. And I am far from perfect. And that's okay because I'm a human woman. I'm not a cartoon, that's okay. But it took me a long time to get there. The other thing that I'm faced with when I watch those videos, and specifically like every once in a while, like I get in a rhythm and I'll post a lot. And when I post the things, I want to encourage every woman to strength train. I want to encourage every woman to take up space and to go to the gym and be confident, take pictures and get used to seeing yourself and record yourself as long as you're not in anybody's way. Record yourself so you can see what you're doing right, but also so that you can see the great things that you're doing. Like I want to encourage women to do all of that, which all goes into, the reasons that I do what I do. But also but then every once in a while that voice pops in and it's, who the fuck do you think you are? Who do you think you are doing all of these things? Who do you think you are posting videos of you working out? Like, how narcissistic can you be? There's a voice. So it's like, it's imposter syndrome. It's lack of confidence. It's just like self-loathing sometimes. There's all of these things that roll into it that I deal with on a regular basis, just with the simple act of recording my workouts. Sometimes the things that trigger insecurity end up becoming evidence of growth. For me, that's filming those workouts. I started doing it to correct my form, just me and my phone, taking lots of pictures, taking lots of videos. And now those videos are a highlight reel of progress for me. They're proof that I keep showing up for myself. They're proof that I can do hard things even when my brain is telling me that I can't. That's why I love this episode so much. Today's guest, Kristine Gardner, is a woman's mindset and wellness coach who helps women reconnect with that feeling, that quiet, grounded kind of confidence that comes from showing up for yourself. Kristine and I talk about mindset work, imposter syndrome, and body confidence, all of these things that I experienced just with this one little act. There's a part of our conversation where she tells a story about wearing shorts to the gym that I absolutely love. It's such a small thing, but the way she describes that internal dialogue, all the chatter, the what will people think, thoughts, and how she pushed through it anyway, is something that every woman can relate to. And the best part is it's not about vanity. It was about permission to be comfortable, to take up space, to actually see the strength she's worked for. Because that's what confidence really is. It's not waiting to feel worthy, but deciding that you already are. We also talk about what happens when imposter syndrome creeps in, not just at the gym, but in our work, our parenting, our relationships, and how the solution isn't necessarily to silence that voice. It's to say, I hear you, but I'm doing it anyway. There's a lot of that energy in this episode. There's a lot of grace and growth and a reminder that we can all do hard things, even when it's really uncomfortable. So if you've ever looked at a photo or a video of yourself and zoomed in on everything you wish you could change, you're going to really like this one. So here she is, Kristine Gardner.
Motherhood is complex. One minute you're soaking up the sweetest, most heart-melting moments with your kids, and the next you're hiding in the pantry with a fistful of chocolate, wondering if you're the only one making it all up as you go. Spoiler, we all are. I'm Scotty, a mom of 3, life coach and intuitive who finally said, screw it. I'm done trying to do motherhood the quote right way, and I started trusting my mom tuition instead. Because the right way is whatever works for you. Momplex is where we cut through the noise, ditch the guilt, and figure out how to actually enjoy being a mom without losing ourselves in the process. I'm not here to tell you how to parent. I'm here to help you stop overthinking, stop comparing, and stop feeling like you're failing because you're actually doing so much better than you think. This is a real, unfiltered, explicit as hell mom talk that you will not get in the carpool line. So let's do this. Real convos, lots of laughs, and a whole lot of truth bombs. Welcome to Momplex. P.S. This podcast is explicit. So unless you want your kids casually dropping F-bombs at preschool, grab your earbuds, mama.
Hi, I'm Marianne Weisenthal, host of the LifeSpeak podcast, a show where we dive into real conversations about mental health, resilience, and navigating life's everyday challenges. Each episode, I sit down with leading experts in health, work, and wellness to unpack big topics like burnout, parenting, leadership, anxiety, and personal growth. My guests share their own stories of struggle and resilience, and together we keep it honest, relatable, and practical. Whether you're looking for fresh perspectives or just a moment to feel seen and supported, you'll find it on the LifeSpeak podcast.
I'm Stuart Murray, host of Humans on Rights, the podcast where we dig into the stories that shape our understanding of human rights, one conversation at a time. I sit down with guests who are making a difference, all sharing powerful insights on what it really means to stand up for human dignity, equity, and justice. We cover the issues that matter with honesty, curiosity, and heart. You can listen to Humans on Rights on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Amazon Music, and online at soundoff.network and humanrightshub.ca.
Hey, listeners, it's Heather here with a quick message before we get into the rest of the episode. I have been blown away by the level of support from you guys. I love seeing how much the topics resonate with all of you and hearing how the episodes make you feel seen. I genuinely appreciate the outpouring of support from everyone. If you've been enjoying the show, there are a few ways you can continue to support the podcast and the team behind it. If you aren't already, follow us on Instagram at the Midlife Moves podcast. For more behind-the-scenes info on the show and our guests, check out our website, midlifemoves.co. Reviews go a long way. I'd really appreciate a rating and a review on the podcast platform of your choice. And finally, check out the merch store. It's a fantastic way to rep the podcast and help support the team that makes these episodes possible. We've got some great designs for t-shirts and totes available there. Thank you all again so much, and enjoy the rest of the episode. I am here today with Kristine Gardner. Hi, Kristine.
Hi, Heather.
Kristine is a mom of 3 teenage boys. She is a California girl turned mountain girl. Mm-hmm. She is a women's mindset and wellness coach. You have your master's in counseling. You're an integrative wellness practitioner. You're a fitness instructor. You are a constant student of nutrition, ongoing. I loved when you said this. Your passion is to help women feel truly alive each day.
Because what's the alternative?
Well, let me tell you what the alternative is. It's dark. Thank you so much for joining me today.
Well, Heather, this is so great to be here. I feel like it's a long awaited. I've been counting down the days. Yes. I love it.
Kristine and I talked a little bit. We met through Instagram, like I have met many people over the past couple months. And the first time we connected on Zoom, we started chatting because we do like an introductory call just to make sure, we're compatible enough to talk. And then I was like, oh, we're going to be fine. This is going to be fun. So
I passed the screening test.
You passed the test. This is going to be a lot of fun. We're going to be just fine.
Well, I just love your voice so much. I could sit and listen to your voice. I think you have such a calming, confident, reassuring voice. And that's really one of the things that drew me to you, Heather, when I stumbled upon your Instagram page. Well, first it was midlife and, flashing lights. I was like, ooh, midlife, okay. But then when I heard your voice, that's really what continued to draw me in. I just, I love it. I find it very calming and inviting.
I appreciate that. So you do a lot of mindset work. And on your Instagram page, one of the things that resonated with me was how aligned we are with some of our affirmations and mantras and some of the things that we do. But your focus is mindset work. What does that look like for you personally? And how do you bring it into your work with women?
Well, I believe, so mindset is where it all starts. And what mindset is, those are your thoughts and what you're thinking, really on a subconscious level, and then on a conscious level as well. And it's what's driving you every single day, what you're saying to yourself, the stories you're saying to yourself, what you're seeing on social media, what you're seeing on the news, what you're hearing from friends, what you're hearing wherever, and how all of that contributes from your upbringing, but all of that contributes to your thoughts. And your thoughts is what basically is going to create your reality. So what you're thinking in that beautiful brain of yours on repeat all day long is basically going to it's your energy. And then it's how you're walking through your life and how you're interpreting your life, the lens that you're seeing everything through. And so when I start with my own mindset, and it's been a journey, right? It's an ongoing journey. It's not like, oh, and I've arrived and my mindset is so positive and I've got it all figured out. And every single day I wake up and all I think are really great, beautiful, sparkly thoughts all day long. And when my clients work with me, that's all they think too. And it's just easy. It's ongoing work. And it gets easier, right? Mindset work gets easier as you strengthen your brain, you strengthen the muscles, your brain, that muscle. Then this positive mindset, because that's really what we're talking about, it's a positive mindset, the work gets easier. I think of it as like going to the gym. There's always so much talk and it's so relatable. We want to go to the gym. We want to get stronger, right? We want to get strong biceps. So I want to see the tricep. I want my legs to be strong, whatever it might be. We don't just go to the gym for a month and then we're like, all right, I got it. I'm good. Like I'm strong.
Yeah.
Forever. It's the same thing with our thoughts. So, and our mindset, it's something that we have to continue working on so that we get it to a place where our thoughts become more automatic. Those positive thoughts, the thoughts that are nurturing us, that are fueling us, thoughts that help us dream bigger, thoughts that help us, excel in our career or move to a new career, or thoughts that help us with our relationships, thoughts that help us with our own relationship or relationships with those in our families. Like this is all the mindset work. And without this piece, and I think it's becoming more like normalized now, people are thinking more and more about brain health and our neuro pathways and our mindset work and how this all plays in together. But without this, Heather, and doing the mindset work first, we're essentially lost, or we're just floating around in life. We're just on autopilot, just doing whatever kind of where the wind takes us,
Right.
if you will.
Right. Yeah. We just have no control.
No. And the day controls us, right? Or those
Yes.
outside thoughts will control our day to day. And so that's why mindset work and doing morning mindset work, prepping your brain, prepping your thoughts for the day. I love when I'm working with clients, and myself included. Like whenever I say working with clients or working with, it's me too, right? I'm always doing this work too. I'm like the eternal learner, if you will, but setting an intention. And I know that was one of the questions for later, but one of the best things you can do, or one of the easiest things you can do when thinking about mindset work, is start your day with a simple intention. Start your day with a simple affirmation that's going to prime your brain and going to help you start training your brain to look for all the good that's in this world. So when you wake up, instead of your first thought being, here we go again, which is what I hear from so many moms in the beginning. And I get it because I was there. Here we go again. It's a grind. Like inject me as quickly as possible with coffee, and I'm still tired and I'm already behind. And there's so much to do, and laundry and life and emails and work and my body, right? And that could be that more negative mindset versus really training your brain to get up. And first thought of your day is setting an intention for your day. Today is going to be a great day. Today, I choose to look for joy in my day. Today, I choose to look for miracles. And it sounds funny at first, but then when you get used to it, you realize, well, the miracle has already happened. I'm up. I'm vertical.
Right.
I'm breathing.
Yeah. Yes.
And we take that for granted, right?
Yeah. Oh, every day until you're sick.
Until you're sick.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Until you're sick. That's right. So your health is everything. Your health is everything. Health is also a healthy mindset. And so I think that's like the one piece. And again, I think it's starting to catch on a little bit more, but one of the biggest pieces of health and wellness is a healthy mindset. It's going to be hard to get yourself to the gym and work out and eat all the good foods and make all those healthy choices if your mindset's in the tank.
So one of the questions, I know that this is kind of off topic, but you study nutrition. How does nutrition play into the mindset? Like I know how I get when my diet is poor.
Well, in the sense where we want to fuel our body with the right foods. Mm-hmm. I mean, is that essentially like with the right macronutrients?
Right. Yeah.
Which is so important because that is going to, when you're eating in such a way to fuel your body appropriately for your activities and whatever you're doing and whatever phase of life that you're in, if you're feeding yourself properly with the macronutrients that you need, then your blood sugar is going to be balanced. Mm-hmm. And when your blood sugar is balanced, then your mood is stabilized. Mm-hmm. And your energy is up and you feel good. Yeah. And you're feeling you're not only feeling your body, you're also feeling your brain. So you're going to limit the brain fog, and you're going to limit the negative thoughts, and you're going to feel more positive about your body. It absolutely all ties in together. And that's why, in the work that I do, it's mind, body, energy, soul work. I don't really think it can be one or the other. It's hard to do. People are always like, what's your niche?
Right.
What's your niche? Niche yourself out. And I get that. I get where that comes from, that, stay in your lane, know your niche, and just rock it. and yes, there definitely is a place. And there are definitely people that know far more than I do about nutrition and far more than I do about strength training and all of that. So I'm not saying that, but it all plays in, it all ties together.
It all goes together. One of the things that we talked about before jumping on this call, before we hit record, was imposter syndrome. And we talked about how those thoughts play into how we move through tasks and through opportunity. Can you share your perspective on that, on imposter syndrome and just, that mindset?
I think imposter syndrome is tricky, and I still have it. So I'm still here.
Yeah, I do too. Big time.
We were just talking right before this call, like you said, it's so sneaky, and it creeps in, and especially now with social media and the amount of time that you're spending, amount of time people spend on Instagram and social platforms and TikTok or wherever you land these days. If you're not in a healthy mindset and you don't have the tools to be able to shift those thoughts, you can go down a dark hole, right? You can go down a dark tunnel, because it's so easy for us to get into a place of, well, I could be doing more. Oh, and look at her and look at all of her credentials and where she's gone to school and her practices. And, she looks like she kind of plays the part better, or just all of those thoughts that can spiral in our minds and keep us stuck. I mean, that's really what imposter syndrome in my mind can feed into. It can feed into our self-doubt. Yes. It feeds into fear. It feeds into feeling less than, not worthy, not enough. All of those feelings that are so hard, especially for women. And so it's being aware of those thoughts and where they're coming from and why they're coming up, and then addressing it and addressing the thought and taking a pause and asking yourself, okay, but is that really true? Like, is that really, I have gone to school. I do have a background. I have been seeing clients for years, or whatever it is. Yeah. And having those internal dialogues with yourself, or having somebody that you really trust. And that's why I think having girlfriends, coaches, mentors, girlfriends that see you and can help you shift that mindset if you need a little extra help and you get stuck in that imposter syndrome place. And I also think, Heather, one of the best things you can do when we feel that imposter syndrome creeping in is to do it anyway, because that's how we're going to build our confidence. And that's also, like, imposter syndrome takes confidence away. Yeah. To build our confidence, we have to, hear that voice, acknowledge that voice. I hear you. And guess what? I'm going to do it anyway. Because that's how we really build confidence. We don't build confidence saying, I'm confident, I'm confident, I'm confident, I got this.
Affirmations will only go so far.
They'll only go so far. And I love a good affirmation, but you're absolutely right. You also have to get into that aligned action, and you have to do it anyway. I mean, yesterday it was a mini exercise with men. It was a mindset. It was a hike, actually, that I led a group of men on, like a corporate retreat kind of a situation. And even before I did the retreat or the hike, I woke up that morning and I said, maybe I'm sick. Maybe I can't do this. Maybe I'll just call and say, like, it's not possible for me to go. Who am I? Like, they're not going to listen to me. And I just thought, are you kidding? Get up and get out of bed and you get there. Yeah. Right now. It was that dialogue. Yeah. It was happening. Yeah. And I got there and I did it and I was nervous, but then within 5 minutes, it was a really transformative experience. Getting on a podcast with you, I have those same thoughts sometimes. Like, what am I doing? What am I going to talk about? All those things. Hold tight. I got this. Yeah. Get on the call.
Yeah. And what's the worst thing that happens?
Yeah. What's the worst thing? And also, what's the best thing?
And what's the best thing?
Is Heather and I get on and we laugh and we have fun together. And maybe one thing that I say on here lands with somebody else. And that's great. That's all. That's my hope, is that maybe one thing that we share, someone will get a nugget and think, yeah, I like that. That really helps. That's the goal.
That is my guiding principle with everything that I do with this podcast. And because when I have stupid imposter syndrome, and every time,
You
and I,
do?
like I said, like really, really bad
About what?
about everything. Like I'll get on Instagram and I'll start talking. I'll do one of my, like a talking video, and I'll say, like just talk about whatever experience I'm having or whatever. And then I'm like, nobody's going to, who do you think you are to do this? And, like it's so embarrassing. But then like I go back to, if one person hears this and feels seen, well, your job is done. That's what you're setting out to do. If one person feels seen by this, then and so that's what I go back to. And that's kind of how I ground myself. If somebody sees that, like, would this make someone feel better in some way? And a lot of times, like, even like I posted a picture of like dirty laundry in my son's room. And I was like, this is really embarrassing. And this is kind of silly that I'm doing this. But I had people like literally send messages, and they were like, thank you for doing that. Like, I feel like such an ass. Like I'm so far behind in laundry. So just acknowledging like the humanness of us as women. I think sometimes we just forget that, like not people aren't perfect.
Well, and I think that's what it is. And I mean, let's be honest and real here. Most of you, we met through Instagram, and most of your following now is on Instagram. So we know that they're on Instagram and on social media.
Yeah.
And it can be a place where it makes people feel like everybody else has got their stuff together. Everyone else has got their SHIT together. And here am I, like,
yeah.
What am I doing? My laundry's piling up. I have dishes in the sink, and I don't know what I'm doing with my career. Like, we're all in the same boat.
Yes. So one of the areas that you showed confidence was you posted something up with your shorts at the gym.
Yeah. Well, you know what? And you have something to do with that too, because that was when I was talking to you for the first time, remember?
Uh-huh.
Yeah. See, we have such a history. We go way back. We go way back without even realizing
We're
it.
old besties.
So, and this was one of the most recent posts that I did that really landed. And this, I think, goes to what we were just talking about, is that people do just want to hear real stuff. Like, give us the real. And I had this ongoing dialogue in my head, Heather, for so long. It's silly, but it's true, about wearing short spandex shorts to the gym, wearing those biker shorts to the gym. And I had this ongoing dialogue that I am not allowed to wear those, that I am too short. My legs aren't long enough. They make me look stubby. They're not flattering. And they're just, I'm not, like, basically not allowed to wear them. But there was a part of me that really wanted to wear them.
Yeah.
I would see women in hot yoga, and I thought, okay, they're wearing them.
Yes.
They look good in them. Why can't I wear them? And so I decided in that moment, and it was actually after I talked to you, because I shared this story with you, and I said, I remember seeing you in them, and you had talked about confidence. And I thought, you know what? Darn it all, I'm going to get myself a short pair of spandex shorts. So I drove myself, and it was an incredible experience. And I hope someone listening actually does the same thing. Maybe it's not with the spandex shorts, but it's with something else. I got my short pair of spandex shorts. I wore them to the gym that day. And I'm telling you, this little experience was really, really a life-changing experience, because not only did I feel confident once I wore them and put them on and got to the gym, and I felt strong and I was doing my workout, but I had this so much chatter in my head. I ran into another woman I knew at the gym, and I thought, I wonder if she's looking at my pants. I wonder if she's wondering why I'm wearing these. I wonder what she's thinking. Yeah. And then I went upstairs and I went into another part of the gym, and it was the same thing. I thought, I wonder if somebody thinks it's weird that I'm wearing this. I was very conscious of the dialogue, but it was fascinating to be aware of the chatter, and then to think to myself, you know what? None of that even matters. I feel good in these, and I actually think I look pretty good in them.
Well, first of all, you did. You look fantastic in them. These. Yes.
And I'm okay with, I feel, so it was just a really good exercise in imposter syndrome and getting past it and doing it anyway, an exercise in confidence, an exercise in immersing yourself in the situation and seeing what happens. And you know what made me chuckle is, who the one person that said something? Even my husband, I thought, will my husband say something if he sees me wearing that? He never said anything.
Yeah.
By the way, it was my son. It was my 17-year-old because he saw my Instagram. So he's like, what are you doing wearing those short shorts? And he kind of smiled.
Yeah.
But it also reminded me, Heather, in that minute, like we had a chuckle together and I said, yeah, they look good, right? And he's like, whatever you want to do, Mom, whatever you want to do. But it also reminded me they're watching everything.
Oh, yeah. They see it all.
They see it all. They see it all.
Yeah.
And so it was also an exercise. And I told him why I was doing it. And he had read the post, so he knew. But he just kind of smiled and just said, okay, whatever makes you happy. Whatever, Mom. Looks good,
Yeah.
So there were a lot of lessons in that. So if you have something, if someone's listening to this and you have some sort of internal dialogue or something that you're scared about doing, or you have that imposter syndrome going on in your mind, I would say, get yourself out there and get in and do it anyway. Do it anyway.
Do it anyway.
Yes.
All the time. I wear shorts to the gym often. I wore them this morning. And I record my workouts because I think that my body is doing something totally different than it's actually doing. And so I watch it back to make sure I'm not like hurting myself. But when I watch them back, sometimes like I see every imperfection and I'm like, oh, and then like that goes into other like mindset stuff that like, that's a strong body. That is the body of a woman who has carried 4 children, and that is the body of a woman who is, like nourishing herself appropriately. And there's all those other. Anyway, I loved that you did that.
But for me, what I noticed too, when I was wearing them, I thought, wow, my legs are really strong. And I don't really get an opportunity to see that when I'm lifting because I'm usually wearing the long span,
Did you see the muscles? Did you see the definition? Yeah. Isn't that fantastic?
Kristine, you work out really hard. Like you've been working out your entire life. Like you've been doing strength training for so long. And now you actually get to see, you can see the muscles. Yeah. And that was a really great feeling. I was like, oh, I've never even seen that before because I'm covering them up. I mean, I do wear shorts. It's not like I've never worn shorts before, a skirt or a dress, but not in so much in a gym setting. You know what I mean? So
yes.
I don't know. It was cool. Yeah. It was a cool little exercise. So thanks, Heather, for being my coach on the sideline without even knowing it.
I'm glad you did.
Coach Heather.
My son will not follow me in any of my pages on Instagram for fear that he will see one of my posts with me wearing shorts working out. He's really? Like hyper. He doesn't care. He just doesn't want it like in his view. He's just like, you can do whatever you want. I just don't want to see it. I was like, that's fair.
Fair enough.
That's fair.
But and then it could be so many different things, Heather, right? Where women just get into our heads with this negative self-talk. And all that negative self-talk does is it just reinforces over and over again, you're not enough. You're not enough. I'm not enough. Right. And all that's doing is then that's just shrinking you from more opportunities.
Yeah.
And you're holding yourself back.
Yeah.
And so it's stopping that perpetual loop. It's stopping the negative talk. It's shifting the dialogue to, I am enough. I am strong. I've worked hard for those muscles.
Right.
Or whatever it might be.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
And getting yourself out there. So yeah, no more comparison, no more imposter syndrome, no more negative self-talk. It stops today with this podcast.
It stops
ladies.
now.
Stops now.
What kind of feedback did you get from women for that post? Did you get a lot of like positive feedback? Yeah.
Yes. Oh yeah. And that's the other thing. And I've thought a lot about this too, is, getting really comfortable celebrating ourselves.
Yeah.
It's so funny. I think, I see on Instagram, on social, we're really comfortable celebrating our kids. Like, look at my kid. He scored a goal. Look at my kid. He's, in this college. Look at my kid. He did this. And I think that's like, maybe we're just talking about this right now. That's part of it is like, that's our own way to celebrate ourselves without celebrating ourselves, even though it really doesn't have anything to do with us. It's our kid, but we're like living through our kids and their celebrations and celebrating them. And what if we could normalize getting on our stories, getting on social or talking to our friends and celebrate being happy? Hey, look what I did today.
Look what I did today.
Yeah.
Yeah. What is that? Is it shame? It's not because, well, I guess we don't want to come off as
Yeah. Women never want to come off as like boasting or bragging
God
or,
forbid.
oh my
God
gosh, I
forbid we
look like
brag
I'm like,
about something.
yeah, I never want to be a bragger or like, look at her. She thinks she's so great.
What's something you want to brag about? What's something like really cool that you did that you would brag about?
Well, it was even yesterday. I was really, really proud of myself that I did the hike with
Oh,
a bunch
yeah.
of dudes. And that was
That's
new for me.
intimidating. That was probably
It was
really
really,
intimidating.
it was a little because I'm used to working with women,
Yeah.
but I was really proud of myself. I got out
Yeah.
there, I did it. I led the group. They loved it. They got a lot out of it. I think it's just as important to hear men be vulnerable and share their feelings
Yes.
just as much as women.
Yeah.
So I was really proud of myself for that, to be honest
Yeah.
with you. And I did say a little something about Instagram, and people were reaching out and like, oh, that's awesome that you did
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
But I think we need to do more of that. In my groups that I lead and with my clients on Fridays, we always celebrate. Like, it's Friday. What are you celebrating today? And let's get really, really comfortable celebrating our wins. And if it's not Friday and something else happened, let's talk about it. What are you celebrating today? What's working well? Because then guess what? You're just declaring to the universe that you want more of it.
Yes.
You're ready for more.
Yeah.
This is working. This feels so good. And it feels so good to celebrate. And then it also feels so good to celebrate others. So yeah, I started a new group yesterday and it was so fun. And we started off the call with like a gratitude appreciation and things we were grateful for. I try to do that with my kids too. Like, what are you celebrating? What are you proud of? What happened today? And we can do that just with our girlfriends too.
Yeah.
When you call a girlfriend, ask them like, what's going well?
Yeah.
What are you excited about? What's working?
Yes.
What's good? Tell me what's good. That I actually learned from my boys. Because they say that, right? They say, tell me what's good. And it was actually one of my kids. I talked about this a while ago. And thank you for reminding me. We always say as moms to our kids, what's wrong? What's wrong? Is everything okay? What's wrong? And I remember my son once saying, like, you always ask what's wrong. Like, nothing is wrong. Oh, right.
Yeah.
Right. Why am I even putting that out there?
Yeah.
What's good?
Tell me
what's
what's
working?
good.
Tell me what's good in your day. So that was a
that.
shift I did a while ago. And that was actually a really big shift, a mindset shift that I liked for myself and for my kids. So that's when you can try on today if you happen to have kids or even, your partner or a friend.
Yes.
When you call her, tell me what's good. Tell me something that you're proud of or you're celebrating so I can celebrate with you. Fun.
I'm going to do the story on that on Instagram.
Okay.
I'm going to tag you in it. Yeah, I'm going to do that. I wonder, it would be cool to see what people say.
Yes. How can you brag about yourself today?
How can you brag about yourself?
Yeah. Well, and yes. And so don't let that slip away. That's the other thing. And I work with a coach also. And one of our challenges this week, and I love this and this relates to mindset also, is when you have the thought, don't let it slip away.
Mm-hmm.
Act on it.
Yeah.
So if you have that thought, ooh, I want to do an Instagram on that. I want to do a post on that. Do it. Because I even did this morning. I got into my head, right? It was this really good. I did the whole recording. It was, setting an intention, which is something that is like one thing, if you walk away today that you want to start in your life, something simple, it's setting an intention for your day.
Yeah.
Because if you're not setting an intention, right, then the world's going to set an intention for you.
Yeah.
So it can be very simple, but start your day with some kind of intention. I want to be more present. I want to be present today.
Yeah.
I want to look for joy today. I want to stay calm today. I want to drink water today. Like my intention is I need to get hydrated.
I need to hydrate.
I need to hydrate. And that's a
Yeah.
really great intention.
Yeah.
And permission to set a second intention at lunch, or before you go into a meeting for work, or hey, before you pick your kids up from school. Really good time to set an intention before you pick your kids up from school. And this could be something you just do in the car or right before you leave the house. I really want to set an intention to be present and just calm and grounded when my kids come home, especially I think, for women, a lot of times if they work from home or even if you don't, but that transition from working into getting kids can really be a big transition. I know when Yeah, it is, right?
Yeah.
Especially if you have a dysregulated nervous system, then it's even more so. So if you've been fried all day long and you're answering emails and you've got work stuff going on, and then all of a sudden you have kids coming in and their energy coming in and you're already feeling dysregulated. Woo!
Yeah.
So
Overload.
it really can be. Yeah. Rightfully so.
The last thing I want to talk to you about is your retreats. I know that they are sold out, but I thought that it was really important to talk about the retreats that you do and just what they are.
Yeah. And you know what? I hope it inspires someone also just to act on something more than anything. So I love bringing women together. That's just one of my favorite things. Bringing women together in community and circles to have fun, to learn something, to enjoy company. I've been on retreats myself. The most recent retreat I went on was a retreat to Costa Rica. I knew one woman kind of, but basically went on the retreat on my own, and it was incredible. But I had this idea. I wanted to lead retreats. It was something I was manifesting. I want to bring women together. I didn't know how it was going to happen. And this gets into manifesting, which will be a whole nother podcast, but I didn't have a how. I didn't have like, it has to be here and it's going to be on this date. It was just something, Heather, I was putting out there. Like, I know I'm meant to lead women's retreats. Show me the way. Let it be easy and in flow. That's always, that's what I put out. So what happened was my best friend from college, Cynthia, she's a hoot. She is a yin to my yang. She is uber organized, loves to plan, has a travel company, also loves bringing women together, all the things. So we were on a hike one day and I said, I want to do women's retreats. Let's do it together. And she said, first she was like, and then she said, yes, let's do it.
Yeah.
So what we do, it's not like a yoga spiritual retreat. There's a lot of those. Awesome, amazing. But we wanted to bring women together and have more of an everything experience, if you will. So it's a midlife women's wellness retreat.
Okay.
You work out, you shop, you eat amazing food, you rest. Our next one is actually next week. It's in Santa Fe. So when this goes live, it will have already happened and it was amazing. But we're having a cacao ceremony. We are having an intuitive come and really teach women how to get more in touch with their intuition. I'm leading the workouts and meditation every morning. We're doing hikes in Santa Fe. We have a guided tour of Santa Fe. We're shopping in Santa Fe. It's going to be incredible. And it's just 3 nights. Anyone can do 3 nights. I really believe that. And then our next one is in Ojai next year, and that's sold out. And that too is a very special place, a very sacred space. We take a lot of time picking the location. So Santa Fe and Ojai are both very spiritual, beautiful settings. And then we're thinking about another one in 2026 and maybe even doing it right here in Colorado because Colorado is so beautiful, especially in the fall with the leaves changing. But it's really to bring women together and to have fun and do a little bit of everything. And the women coming, for the most part, everybody doesn't know each other. Yeah. So that's vulnerability right there. It's showing up.
Yeah.
But that I think is what is next, Heather. And not to bring Gary Vee into this, but he was saying going into 2026, what's really on trend is bringing people together. More in-person things because we're behind our computers, we're doing all the things and people want to be in company with each other. Yeah. We want to touch, we want to feel, we want to have that experience, real experiences. And
meaningful
like your podcast,
experience.
Just in real, like you're real. And when you interview people, it's real. And people want more of that, these real life experiences. So yeah, so I think there's more of this to come. He even said also there's going to be more people that are doing like walk talk coaching, which is actually funny because that's a lot of what I do. I call it walkie talkies, where I meet with my clients and we get outside and we walk.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because that is the best office. I mean, if I have clients locally, that's a lot of what we do. We get outside and we walk together.
Well, walking solves a lot of problems. Walking has solved many of my problems. Getting lost in the woods or just walking around my neighborhood.
Yeah. Absolutely. That's it. Getting outside each day. I mean, that was yesterday, watching the sunrise, doing a sunrise hike. Yeah. And that's another side business. My manifesting generator brain is getting outside. I mean, back in my 20s, I had a business called Take It Outside. And I would take women on hikes and mountain biking and trail running. And that was like the whole experience. And then I feel like here I am now, my late 40s, # almost 50. And it's like, oh wait, I'm doing this again. I'm like, it's a full circle. Yeah. So, which is kind of fun.
Yeah, that is kind of fun. That's awesome. I know that you have to wrap up, so we'll do this again. Let's definitely.
Well, this is actually I think the perfect amount of time.
I think it's perfect. Yeah.
Right? I mean,
Yep.
we could always keep on going and going and going, but
no,
this
I
is
think
just
this
a
is
little
perfect.
bite size.
That's right. Yeah. Yeah. For the ride to work, for people to listen to on the ride to work.
That's right.
So if people want to find you, how do they find you? And this will all be in the show notes as well.
Okay. I am on Instagram's always the best place. KG Callie Glow. It's my initials. And then I still think my handle's kind of funny, but Callie's from California because that's where I was when I started my handle 10 years ago. KG Callie Glow. I'm still glowing, but now I'm in Colorado.
Just in Colorado. Yeah.
Oh, Lordy.
All right. So then we'll put that in the show notes. Thank you so much for talking to me today.
Well, thanks for talking to me. I mean, vice versa. And this was really fun. Thanks, Heather.
Thanks, Kristine. That's it for this episode. If you had fun, learned something, or just feel a little less alone in the chaos, make sure to hit subscribe so you don't miss what's next. And if you want to keep the conversation going, come find me on Instagram at @HeatherMoves_, because midlife is way more fun when we do it together. Until next time, keep moving forward, or at least keep moving. See ya.